There we go. Ah! Hello. It's like no. What's good, y'all? We're back at it again with another YouTube video. Boom! Does a YouTuber already do that? I don't know. But anyway, what's good? My name is Talia. Alright, I'm done. Alright, these hairs are already getting on my nerves. Thought I was cute. Didn't really work out. Hey guys, how you doing? We're just doing swell here. I'm in my mom's room. If my shirt's wrinkled, just don't look at it. I'm just doing swell here, apparently, because I'm filming another video. But anyway, alright, let's get on to it. So, I just did that. Okay, my name's Talia. This is Leah's Lens. People call me Leah. And, I make videos to encourage, inspire, have a good time, make you laugh, remember some stuff. So yeah, it's cool or whatever. Check all the videos out. Alright, but let's actually get on into the video. So, I took a 40-day break from social media. If you watched my last video, which you should, I talked about how my family and I did a 40-day fast, and one of the things I fasted from was social media. A good time. Fasting from social media is an intimidating thing when you think about it at first, but like once you get the hang of it, like it's not that bad. Okay, I'm putting these back here because I don't want to look a mess. Yikes. I definitely do want to give you guys what my experience was like and how I felt about the whole thing. There's 3 things I learned from taking a break for a whole 40 days. Okay, so let's get into the first thing. I don't need it. At the end of the day, once I deleted the apps off my phone, specifically Snap and Instagram, I didn't delete Instagram because at the time I was in charge of posting stuff for my JRTC unit. I wouldn't like scroll through or anything. I would just like post and then get off. I did delete Snap, and I don't have any notifications for Instagram at all, like because I took them off like years ago because they were just annoying to me. But I do have them on Snap only when I open my phone, so you can't see them like on the lock screen. I already had that because before, like, I just didn't want to be on social media that much, but I still would, and I would be on it for like hours at a time. It would take up all my time. Any free time I had, like, I'm scrolling, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it's really annoying. Like, once you don't have it, it's like, wow, this is great. Realizing that I didn't need it. When I just would go on my phone, and then I'll open my phone and I would like slide down, and you know how all of this stuff pops up that you've been on already? So like Instagram and Snap comes up, and then I'll just click it. Like I'll click on Instagram and then I start scrolling, and then I'll be like, wait, what did I just start doing? It becomes second nature to click on it. And yeah, like at that point I was like, wow, this is not good. Like clearly it's a subconscious thing for me to be on social media, and that's when I knew, like, I was like, alright, this it's out of hand. When I wasn't on it for so long, I just realized like I clearly don't need this if I'm just going throughout my life and just still having a good time. I started finding time to do more things. I started to be more proactive in things and not procrastinate as much because I'm scrolling, but instead I started taking more time to like read and listen to podcasts and like be productive, like read the Bible and study it and worship and like do like things that I really was supposed to be making time for, but instead like I would use that free time I had like after school or in between things to scroll through Instagram. I seen this post somewhere and it was like, now if you're waiting for your friend that's in the bathroom or at any point in time, like you can't just sit there and like wait and think. You don't want to look dumb, so you just go on your phone. Like it's just like a thing now that we have to be occupied by something like on our phones or like social media for us to be like satisfied. Towards the end, I really started thinking about like, do I really want social media? This is kind of whack. I didn't really want it again. I started to not like watch people's stories like a while ago because it was just, I realized that it was a waste of time. It doesn't really benefit me in any way unless it's like certain people's stories or whatever, but like at the end of the day, like if you see them in real life or somebody will tell you like really important things that are happening, like you don't have to be like clicking through people's stories and stuff. Like it's so unnecessary. I just felt like, wow, I've been wasting time for so long and it felt very unproductive. So I really started thinking like, wow, after this fast, am I gonna re-download Snap? Like, can I just delete it? Then I realized like I have so many memories on Snap and I can't just delete it because I can't save them all. So it's like, poop, what am I gonna do? Still to this day, it's been a couple weeks since we were off the fast and I'm barely on Snap because I really don't see any reason for it anymore. The only other reason to have it is to like keep in touch with other family members that I don't like have their numbers or whatever, or people that I used to go to school with and stuff like that, but it's not even that deep. So 2, the pros weigh out the cons. I'm just gonna go through this list of pros and cons I have, alright? This is definitely gonna make you think because it's like, wow, poop. Here are the pros. No distractions. Not relying on numbers, comments, etc. for affirmation. You have a clear head and mind. For the clear head and mind thing, when you get notifications, like it's scientifically proven that your endorphins are like, is it endorphins or dopamine or whatever? Chemicals that make you happy in your brain are released every time you get notifications, which is why like when we post something we keep checking our phones, we keep reloading the page to just see those notifications, see those comments and those likes, because it makes us happy inside that we're getting that like kind of affirmation, which is completely normal at the end of the day. You can't really control the chemicals in your brain, but it's still important to, you know, take a break from it and not have all of your emotions be drawn from those things. And it's kind of like once you get used to relying on social media to like make you excited and happy, even if you don't realize, it becomes a bad thing. You're using it to fill that void kind of. I've realized like after not being on it for so long, I would stop checking my phone. Like I really didn't want to be on my phone. Like there was really no reason to, and I felt like a clear head in mind. Like I didn't have to worry about notifications I would have to get, like, oh my gosh, did someone snap me, did I not answer someone? I was just like chilling. I never had worries, I feel like, about those type of things. It makes you feel like more free kind of. If I left my phone at home, like I'll just be chilling because it's really not that deep, you know what I mean? But when you have social media, you're like, oh well, I need this because if I get bored or if I'm just chilling somewhere, you know, like we never take the time to reflect or think about anything. Our brains have to be occupied and our attentions have to be occupied. So I said the pros weigh out the cons. Alright, so here are the cons. Some of the things that I realized were that I had lack of things to pull my inspiration from, because usually like I'll go on Instagram to like look at other artists' pages and like look at photos and stuff, and then I realized like, well, if I don't have Instagram then I can't post my pictures anywhere, and it's like really no, not that there's no point, but like I like to share photos and stuff like that. Like I actually like doing that. It just feels like productive for me, and I like to share my art, and I felt like not having Instagram was restricting me from doing that. But like I knew I was gonna get Instagram back if anything. Snap was really the thing that I was like, not really. But Instagram, like I knew that once I went back to it, I would see it in a different way, which I'll talk about later. Another con would be I had a lack of communication between some people. I do have family and friends that are like only on Snap, and that's how I keep in touch with them, and I wasn't able to do that. Last year I was a junior and I had freshman mentoring. I was gonna check up on my freshmen and I was like, poop, I don't have Snap, you know? So it was kind of like those types of things, but like at the end of the day you could find something else, or you could message them and stuff like that. Like it's not that deep. I just dealt with it. Definitely those are really the only 2 cons that I could think of. So the pros definitely outweigh the cons like 100%. Alright, and then 3. I realized that I need a different perspective. After like weighing out all the pros and the cons, like I feel like I did this every day. Every time I'll think about, okay, I'm not on social media, how is this affecting me? Like I really try to like reflect on it and figure out if I really needed social media. It was just like my perspective that needed to change. I needed to use social media to my advantage, because social media really is a beneficial thing for today. Anyone on social media can get publicity, and you can reach people in whatever you're doing. Of course that can be used negatively, but on the bright side it can be used positively. And I'm thinking like, if I can use social media to my advantage and not overuse it or look to it for affirmations or comments or likes and stuff, then it would be productive for me to use. For me, it was important to not look at it as a distraction, but now I'm like limiting myself to how much I'm going to use it and what I'm going to use it for, just so that I'll be able to use it to my advantage in the way that I'll be able to encourage people and share my art and stuff like that, instead of, you know, waste time on it. It was also a learning experience to find inspiration in other things, and since I wasn't on Instagram so much and Snap, my imagination grew a lot and I was able to like find inspiration from other things. So I really thought it was like an overall great learning experience. With the new perspective, I wanted to use Instagram and Snap and other social medias to my advantage and use it to be intentional in whatever I post and how I use it in general. So yeah, that's my spiel. At the end of the day, I realized that maybe I don't need social media, but after changing my perspective on it, I was like, okay, I can use social media, but let me be intentional while I use it. Let me have a greater purpose in using social media and not look at it as a distraction, but use it to my advantage. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you guys took into consideration this perspective. I definitely think it was a learning experience taking a break from social media. I encourage you to do so, even if you can't because your job or whatever you need social media for, but you definitely can limit yourself on how you use it just to make time for other things and be more productive in other ways. I feel like when they made social media, they really made it to broaden how people would be able to communicate all throughout the world, which is like an amazing thing. So I feel like we should start pulling back from the negative way that we look at social media and kind of look at it how it was first intended to be. And I think if we do that, it'll just be a great time. For whatever amount of time, I think you should take a break from social media, whether that's a day, a couple of days, a week, a month, 40 days, a year. Any amount of time that you can take a break from social media, even if it's a weekend. Try it and tell me what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Boom. Slide, drop. Hit the, okay. Alright, I'm done here. And I'll see you later. Hey.